Hey, what is going on, software fan? Today we're going to be taking a look at yet another great template that comes along with Jarvis, which is an AI copywriting software. And this template is going to be for creative stories where you can write deliciously creative stories to engage your readers. And I absolutely love this feature. The cool thing about it is that you can actually test it out for yourself. I put a link down below where if you click that, not only can you get a free trial for this Jarvis software, but you also get 10,000 free bonus words where you can create some stories, use other templates, and make sure that it's going to be perfect for you and your online business. Keep in mind that is my affiliate link, so if you do get a paid plan through that, I get a very small percentage at no extra cost to you. So with all that being said, let's click on the creative story and show you exactly how this template works. Okay, so before we begin, I do want to let you know that it's very easy to utilize these templates. On the left side is going to be the boxes you need to fill out, and on the right side is going to be the output where we get our results. So I'm going to use a plot that's pretty much related to my life. I didn't use a ton of details, like you get 600 characters for this, but it says James was on unemployment and looking for a way to make things work. When he got help and started doing research for starting an online business, that's when everything changed. And you have your tone of voice, which I will go through all of these. I prefer witty. It matches my tone of voice overall. But you also have funny, casual, excited, professional, sarcastic, feminine, masculine, bold, dramatic, grumpy, secretive, and a few other funny character ones like Optimus Prime, Gary Vee, Tony Robbins, Oprah, and Tony Stark. But let's generate AI content and see what it comes up with. All right, so keep in mind that I didn't put a ton of details, so Jarvis is probably going to add a few things in there, but I can kind of go through and obviously change things around and, make edits, but I didn't purposely put a lot, one, because there's not a ton of room for it, like I did about, a third, almost 200 characters out of 600, but let's see what it came up with, okay? So James was an unemployed guy who had been out of work for a few years. He got laid off during the recession and couldn't find anything to do. When he found his benefits running out, he started doing research in order to make ends meet. That's when James came across one article that mentioned starting an online business and making money in your spare time. After reading through the steps, James decided it would be worth trying to see if this could really help him get back on his feet. He wasn't sure what sort of idea would work best, but luckily there were many resources for people like him with no experience or high-level degree, like me. There were articles about how you can start blogs or websites quickly and easily using platforms, okay? All right, overall, not bad. Like a few of those things obviously aren't geared toward exactly how my story was, which I can obviously always take out, but this is going to be another great way of talking about it. But when you think about it, Jarvis did an amazing job, like not knowing everything about me, but putting together this story, which you can obviously edit around. I think that's pretty phenomenal. It reads great. It doesn't look like it's, out of order in terms of reading or putting words in weird spots where they don't need to be. Let's look at the next one. Okay. James was a very simple guy with a lot of ambition. Hey, I agree with that. He never got enough sleep, but he always made sure to get up early every morning and go hit the gym for his workout before going home to make breakfast for himself and his pets. Holy crap. Okay. First and foremost, I want to just take a break and say I get plenty of sleep. If I don't get sleep, I'm a zombie. I pride myself on getting a lot of sleep, but I always did wake up early. I still do wake up early, go to the gym and feed. We have one cat now. So that's ironically enough pretty accurate, even though I didn't put it in there, which is kind of funny. Let's get back to it. He spent most days reading anything that would give him an idea on how to start making money online. On one particularly long day at work, James finally lost it after getting yelled at by Mr. Anderson, was this The Matrix, about how he didn't know what he was doing in terms of delivering pizzas to customers who had ordered them ahead of time or something like that. The details are fuzzy because James's head wasn't exactly focused on the task at the time. His boss gave him an ultimatum, either take it or leave it. Okay, that was a little cut off. Once again, it's pretty much creating a story because it has to. Like I said, I wasn't a pizza delivery man. I was a personal trainer. And that was that, but I think that's pretty cool either way. You can always cut and copy this, trim the stuff that doesn't work. What I like is it gives you another way of explaining or wording your story, which is probably one of the best parts of doing these creative story templates. Okay. James was feeling down on himself. His life was in shambles and he couldn't figure out how to make things better. He tried looking for jobs, but they were few and far between, and the ones that were available didn't pay well enough to cover his expenses. So James decided to try something new, starting an online business. All it would take is some research into what could be successful, then he'd have the time he needed for finding a job while still being able to do something productive with his time. That one was a pretty good one. That was overall a little bit more generic. Like it wasn't as targeted as being like I was a pizza boy, even though I wasn't. Or like, I was feeding my pets, which ironically enough I did have then and I still do have now. Had multiple cats before. I just have one now. I am the crazy cat dude, yes. But overall, I really enjoy this specific template. You can really get creative with this. I'd say the more details you put in the plot, the better Jarvis is going to be at it. Like, for example, I could say I was on unemployment, I was a personal trainer. I could give more to the story, like my boss just called up and said, like, your position is no longer available. They couldn't give me a reason. They lied to me. I could really go deep in the details. And because of that, I never wanted to work a job. I decided to work for myself. That was more of how the story went. So I probably could add a little bit more details to make it even better. So keep that in mind. I've noticed that through all the test videos, the demos and examples I've done personally, even the ones you might have seen on my YouTube channel, is that the more information you can put in, the better Jarvis is going to be. Okay? Because imagine if I just put, James was on unemployment and looking for a way to make things work. That's not a whole lot. I mean, Jarvis can use that for something, but it's going to kind of go off the rails, so to speak. It'll probably be more random, like, hey, he had a pizza job, and then he talked to Mr. Anderson, and he didn't like him because he was thinking about something else. You know what I mean? So the more specific you are, the better your creative story is going to be. And I think that's going to be true with all these. But even with just a little amount that I put there, these are some solid stories. You can fact check them with your own life, obviously, and then change them around, edit them, and then you're going to be good to go. So I hope you enjoyed this example. I certainly did. If you get a free trial, definitely use this, throw in your story, because this is something that you're obviously going to relate to. You're going to know the most about it and how your creative story can actually help influence others. Maybe when it comes to starting an online business, maybe it comes to getting leads in sales or getting out of a funk, or like that plateau, bursting through it, increasing, doing better with your business, whatever it's going to be, that's going to be completely up to you. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, the link is down below, and I'll have plenty more videos coming out when it comes to Jarvis, their templates, and I'm going to be doing a full review, which hopefully doesn't last 17 hours, but I'll do my best to squeeze it in a appropriate length video. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.